Apart from the fact that one-third of children in school cannot even tackle class 1 language and mathematics, the fact that the others who might be able to get some marks and pass, that raises many other questions. They might be quote unquote brilliant in class 10 and 12 exams, but the question is that do they fulfill any particular need of this country? Do they have values which would make them sensitive to these questions of education where exclusion is such a big problem? Or are they just mere technical professionals who are looking for a wealthier future but are not bothered about other aspects of what we may call citizenship? Are we producing those kind of citizens? If you look around at the number of people who burn buses, who bring down mosques, who attack temples, who molest and rape women, who regularly go about anything that happens and they are in opposition to that, or the way they drive in Delhi, you would think that they are uneducated. Every time you see a driver on a road in Delhi, the first thing that comes to your mind is, why is he so uneducated? So therefore, even those children, about 5 or 6 crores, who you may say are learning something, what are they learning? Are they learning to be sensible citizens of this country? Or as just about, are they learning to be good human beings? So does education have to do anything with that? So these are the larger questions about education that one might raise when you go beyond class 10 exams and what grades you got and which college admissions you got or you didn't get. There's not been such a big dearth of policy frameworks and so on in education. I mean, we had the Radhakrishnan Commission report for higher education, which you probably read in your courses. We had the Mudaliar Commission report, but one of the landmark policy documents is the Kothari Commission of 1966. Landmark because it went into many of these questions in probably great detail and with a very good sense of linking education to national development. It went into the question of social segregation, and for many reasons, therefore, we don't have a better document than that. Then we had the 68 policy, then the 86 policy, which was revised in 92. So therefore, we have had a policy framework continuously since independence, but quite obviously it has not been enough to solve the kind of problem that I just described to you. It's been inadequate in creating an educational base at the school level, which would be better than what I mentioned. Any ordinary 5-year, 6-year-old girl or boy, you ask and say, "Padhna chahogi?" and would say, "Haan, padhna chahte hain." And to me, that is sufficient reason for us to say we must address this problem. 1937 में गांधी जी ने पहली दफा कहा था कि शिक्षा यूनिवर्सल होनी चाहिए. This is also the time when, under the self-rule, 8 presidencies of India had Congress governments. तो हालांकि आज़ादी नहीं मिली थी, पर 8 प्रेसिडेंसी में कांग्रेस की सरकारें आई थी. And Gandhi addressed this question to them and saying that you should try to bring in universal education. But beginning from that time, you may say that the elements of the state have shown a reluctance to do it. हालांकि उनका स्टेचर जिस तरह का था 1937 में, उनको भी लोगों ने बताया, कांग्रेस के लोगों ने जो ये सरकार चलाते थे, कि बड़ा मुश्किल है, पैसे नहीं हैं. We don't have that kind of economic strength. बाद में गांधी जी को कैसे मना करते, तो उनके सामने उन्होंने एक विकल्प रखा. They told Gandhi that the only way to raise money is to have excise from liquor. शराब की टैक्स से जो पैसा मिलेगा शायद उससे कर सकते हैं. Now Gandhi was equally for prohibition. वो तो शराब विरोधी थे. तो उन्होंने लिखा भी एक स्वराज के आर्टिकल में कि ये तो बड़ी अजीब विडंबना है कि हम बच्चों को शिक्षा नहीं दे सकते हैं जब तक हम शराब ज़्यादा न बेचें. तो अगर शराब से हमें बच्चों को शिक्षा देनी है तो मैं फिर अपनी डिमांड छोड़ देता हूँ. एंड दैट वाज द रीज़न फॉर गांधी to get into the formulation of the Nai Talim. Where the primary reason why he got into Nai Talim was that can we fund education internally so that we're not dependent on state funds and external. तो क्राफ्ट बेस्ड एजुकेशन जहाँ बच्चे हाथ से काम करेंगे और जो वो बनाएंगे उसको बेचा जाएगा और जो वो बेचा जाएगा उससे स्कूल चलेगा, which was at the heart of his formulations of Nai Talim.